Everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Last week I packed down my summer wardrobe and I started prepping myself for my autumn wardrobe like properly. I got the bits that I bought last year that I thought, you know, Lydia, those will be good this year. I've got some jumper dresses, which I'm sure you'll remember from Vlogmas, and I just sort of got everything out and had a real good sort through and packed everything down. It's all in the loft, properly labelled, and I felt like I made a lot of space, and I've started buying some new bits in as well, so it was the perfect opportunity to do that too. It also got me thinking about videos that I could make, and I know that everyone kind of gets a little bit more spendy this time of year. They're wanting to update their autumn wardrobes and just introduce some warmer clothes, some things following more of the seasonal trends, and I thought it was a good time to do a video on my shopping tips and tricks because I do have a few, and some of them might seem a little bit obvious to some and others not so much. So hopefully there is something that you will take away from this video that might help you shop for luxury items online a little bit smarter. So without any more waffling, let's get into the video. Tip number one is follow your favourite brands or stores on social media. Now I'd keep this quite small because you don't want your feed to become busy and messy and there just be too much noise that you don't actually end up listening to anything. There was a time when I was following a lot of brands and it was just like, I don't even know what I'm like listening to here. So I try and keep it quite niche. I find that it's a really great way to find out what to expect from my favourite stores and my favourite brands. Take my Chloe Pixie bag for example. I follow Chloe on Instagram, and the moment I saw this bag I was like, I am gonna want that in my collection, 110%. They weren't releasing it yet, but I knew that it was coming. I heard about it first on their Instagram, so I made myself ready, I started saving, and the moment that it did come into stock, I made sure that it was straight in my basket. It's a really great way to just kind of like stay up to date and not miss out on things. This was a lesson that I learned about the Chloe Nile bag. I wasn't really paying attention to what was happening in my feeds and I wasn't seeing what was coming up, and by the time they released this bag I had no idea and I'd missed it. Luckily I have some very savvy shoppers that watch my channel and they actually helped me find one, and it's literally been like 4 months that they've been out of stock and they've only just come back into stock on like Net-a-Porter and stuff like that. So I'll link all of the bags and where you can get any of them down below if anyone does want to shop them. And what happened with the Chloe Nile bag actually brings me on to point number two. So point number two is a website called ShopTagger, and basically what this website does is it enables you to set alerts for items that maybe have gone out of stock or items that you maybe want to buy when they are reduced in price, because obviously we have sales coming up and everyone loves a bargain. I remember when I got my Joseph leggings and I went to the till to buy them thinking that they were full price, and I was kindly informed that they were now like half price or something, and I was like, this is the best news I've had all day. I don't think there's a person on the earth who doesn't like saving a little bit of money, especially when they're spending a lot, whether it's on handbags or shoes. I have actually partnered up with ShopTagger for this video, which is super exciting. I think that it's one of those websites that you will find as interesting and as useful as I have, because I know that a lot of you are often after the same items that I'm after, whether it's the Balenciaga knife boots or whether it's the Chloe Nile bag. So hopefully this will help you get your hands on them if you're searching for them, or it will help you get your hands on an item for a little bit less. What this website does is it lets you set alerts for either when they've come back into stock or when they've been reduced to a price that you are comfortable to buy at. ShopTagger is incredibly easy to use, like so easy, and I used it recently to get my hands on a pair of boots, which I will tell you about in a minute. But basically all you have to do is head to the shoptagger.com website and you download the browser button via Google Chrome, and it will install itself across the bar at the top of your browser. And then all you do is head over to either Matches Fashion or Net-a-Porter or wherever it is that you like to shop, and I do have a list of these at the end of the video. If there is an item that you're looking to buy, whether it's out of stock or you're wanting to know when it goes into sale, just click on the item in question and then click on the ShopTagger button in your browser. If there's multiple colorways of the item, you can pick the color that you want. If there's different sizes, you can pick the different size, and then you can set the kind of alert that you want to. I also save it to the appropriate list so that I keep everything organized and I know where everything is, because it can get quite hectic. Once the item comes into stock or the price of that item is lowered, you will get a notification, whether it's a push notification on your phone or an email. It's kind of whichever you prefer, whichever suits you perfectly. I know that not everyone likes notifications coming up on their phone all the time. I personally don't mind it, so I usually have a notification. So this is the area where you save all of your items to, and I like to keep things quite organized so that I know where everything is, because it can get a little bit hectic sometimes. And as you can see, saved in there are my Balenciaga knife boots. Now, these are said Balenciaga knife boots. They were out of stock absolutely everywhere, and I just couldn't get them. It was the specific nylon ones that I wanted. I didn't want the kind of like the sportier ones with the Balenciaga logo on them. So it was this particular boot that I wanted, and I couldn't find it in stock anywhere. But I did see that they'd had them on Matches. So what I did was I went onto Matches, I used the shop tagger button in my browser bar and set myself a reminder for when they came back into stock. A couple of days later, I got the shop tagger push notification on my phone. I was on a train coming back from London, and I just didn't think twice, and I purchased them there and then they arrived a couple of days later. So I now have the boots, and I literally did not think I was going to get these, and I really wanted them to come to Paris with me, so yay. So that's a great way to get items that are maybe out of stock, or items that you kind of think they're going to be around for a while. I'm going to wait and buy them for a better price in the sale, because there's always those different items, the ones that go like that, like the Chloe Nile bag and the Balenciaga boots. But I actually think that the Pixie bag is one of those bags that maybe will stick around and you might see go into sale. So that's another way to use the Shop Tagger app as well. If you want any more information on Shop Tagger, the link is in the description box down below, so you can sign up there, start making your own lists, and hopefully get your hands on some items that you've been lusting for as well. Now, this one might be a little bit obvious, but sometimes I find myself sitting for hours on the internet trawling through loads and loads of items. And I'm not gonna lie, no one has enough time for that, and I do find myself nowadays utilizing the filters function on websites so much more. A while ago, they were pretty substandard and they didn't really filter that well, and it was all just a little bit like meh. But technology's obviously come a long way, and now you can filter things by size, by collection, by designer, and colour even, although I tend to not filter by colour so much. If I filter by size, it's great, because I don't find myself being disappointed because I won't see the items that I can't have. Like, there's nothing worse than coming across like the most beautiful dress in the world and being like, I'm gonna buy it, and then clicking on it and the dress isn't in stock. It's just an emotional roller coaster that none of us need. But I don't ever really use the colour function unless it's like I have to wear a specific colour, because it could mean you missing out on a really beautiful dress in a colour that you might not usually wear. So I don't tend to use that one. But designer, size, I always tend to go with, and it just makes the whole process that tiny little bit quicker. Another one that might be a little bit obvious is knowing your measurements. And this is something that I have only learnt recently. That actually knowing your waist measurements and your hip measurements can make shopping online so much easier, or at least a little bit more efficient. I find myself being able to picture in my mind a lot better how things will fit on me when I see the measurements of the garment itself against my own measurements. I would usually shy away from buying maybe like bodycon items online, because I would always be worried that they wouldn't fit properly, because I have got, my waist is like my smallest part, and it's just a weird hip to waist ratio, and nothing ever really fits around my waist. So I would normally shy away from buying those things online and opt for going in store. I find shopping online so much more convenient, so if I could buy these things online, I would. So the moment that I got my measurements, I was like, this is brilliant. Now I can at least sort of risk minimize things coming and not fitting properly. So I definitely suggest getting yourself a tape measure, or just going and having yourself professionally measured in all of your areas, so that when you are shopping online, you have a much better idea of how things are going to fit. Now, this is my biggest secret, and I don't know whether other people do this, but this is something that makes shopping online for me a lot easier as well. I find that a lot of online stores, and as much as I love them, I don't maybe find that their styling speaks to me. Sometimes I can find it's a little bit older, or it can be just not my style, and it makes it hard for me to picture things in my wardrobe. So take my new Fendi bag, for example. I wasn't sure on buying a bag this colour, so I wanted to see it styled up in different outfits other than the one that I saw on the website. So I went onto Pinterest and Google Images, and I put in oxblood coloured bag, burgundy coloured bag, and I looked at all of the different outfits that came up, which gave me inspiration for how I would style it in my wardrobe. I saved those pictures and I let them inspire me for outfits that I might be planning, and just give me a little bit more of an idea on how I would style these things up, because I do find that sometimes, like especially on Net-a-Porter, sometimes it can be quite workwear focused, and obviously I don't really dress like for the office, so it's nice to see it styled up on a more day-to-day basis. And the moment I saw this styled with a nude dress, I was like, yes, I am going to wear that colour with all of the nude stuff. But using Pinterest and Google is also a great way to sort of reintroduce items from your previous year's wardrobe as well, and see how you can maybe update them into your new wardrobe. Like I was saying about my Joseph jumper dresses, I wanted to rewear them this year, but I wanted them to fit within the trends of this season. And I saw a girl wearing a jumper dress with the Balenciaga knife boots, and I thought that was a match made in heaven. So I wore that exact outfit earlier on this week. So it's just a really great way to inspire you on maybe what to buy next, what would be a good asset to your existing wardrobe, and how to rewear items from previous seasons as well. So that is one of my biggest secrets. One man's trash is another man's treasure. That's one of my favourite sayings, and it is so, so true. When I put stuff on Depop, it's always so interesting to see people buying the items that I haven't been able to really get the wear out of in my wardrobe. And I feel like I talk about this a lot on my channel, but sometimes buying secondhand or buying pre-loved is the best option. It enables you to possibly buy things from past seasons that all of a sudden you think, I really wish I'd bought that, and you're never going to be able to buy it in store. So you can maybe go onto places like Vestiaire Collective or eBay if you are in tune with how to shop on eBay. They're great ways of picking up items a little bit less. Obviously we're all a lot more conscious of fast fashion nowadays as well. I know I am, and I actually don't buy anywhere near the volume of clothing that I was buying last year. I actually now buy items much more selectively, whereas last time I would do a haul of like 12 items, I now probably buy 3. That's why I don't really do as many hauls as I used to, because I'm trying to be a little bit more conscious. Now I make sure that I'm buying items that I can wear in seasons to come, and if I can't wear them, I can sell them on instead of them going to landfill. Obviously, as much as I can possibly do, I do give to charity as well, but I am just far more conscious of what I'm buying. And right now I just feel so smug, because I looked in my wardrobe and I was like, you've actually already got a really good autumn winter wardrobe already. You don't have to spend lots. You've got some great jumper dresses in there, which will be worn to within an inch of their lives. You've got great coats, you've got great cashmere, and you don't have to just fork out loads of money on an entirely new wardrobe, because you've already got a really great selection in there. So I was really happy about that. I was like, yeah. I started off my handbag collection buying pre-loved, so if you are looking to start off buying luxury items, it's always really great to start buying pre-loved. I love websites like Vestiaire Collective, which I bought my Petite Mal from, and also my lovely pink Chanel, but then I've also bought bags on eBay. So my Balenciaga mini city bag was purchased for like, sorry, it's got stuff in it. It was purchased for like half price and it was brand new. So I am a big advocate of buying pre-loved items as much as possible, and also selling on your items when you don't wear them. And finally, I wanted to leave you with a list of my favourite places to shop at the moment, because I know that lots of you ask quite often what my favourite online stores are, so I thought that I would put together a little bit of an edit of my favourite stores, and hopefully you'll find some of the items that you like on there as well. Rather than me go on and on and on about why I love this store and why it's so amazing, I will just pop a list of those in the description box down below. Now these will be places I have shopped myself, so I think that the service that I have got from those websites has been great. So if you are wanting to know what shops I like, you'll find everything in the description box down below, and any of the items that I've spoken about or talked about or shown you in this video will also be down there. I hope that you have found this video interesting, and I hope you found it as interesting as I have enjoyed making it. If you have any of your own tips and tricks for shopping for luxury items a little bit savvier, or whether there's anything I didn't answer in this video that you would have liked to have known, please let me know in the comments below, because I'm all for new tips and tricks, and also I'd love to help you if I maybe didn't answer something. So let me know in the comments below. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you would like to see more videos like this in maybe different genres, I don't know. And as I mentioned, I think all of the information that you will need will be in the description box down below. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.